Geometry Dash is a pretty big game with hundreds of millions of levels, and so naturally some stuff will be forgotten about and is considered lost. No, not that type of lost. Lost media. Today I want to go through some cases of lost media in Geometry Dash. Starting off with Ultimate Destruction, not Ultimate. This was the unofficial first level in Geometry Dash, which was used for a trailer in Geometry Dash when it was previously known as Geometry Jump. Now there are quite a few things we can note from this trailer. The first frame alone includes the first version of what I assume to be the Create tab, due to the presence of not only the misspelled name, but the play and delete button, along with the normal and practice percentages. And weirdly enough, the number 3, which I'm not 100% sure what it could mean. I assume it's a level number counter, so this was possibly the 3rd level? I'm not too sure. Now going into the level, we know it uses this specific song from the description of the trailer. We know that some elements from the level were used in the 5th RobTop level base after base. Also from a Q&A with RobTop, we know that Ultimate Destruction was never meant to be a main level, and was only used as a teaser trailer for the game. This level also debuted the yellow jump pad, yellow orb, gravity portals, along with the cube and ship portals. One interesting thing to note is that in the ship section, there is no roof, which, according to the Geometry Dash wiki, was yet to be implemented at the time of making, which allowed the ship to fly off screen, which isn't a thing we could do until 2.2. It's a very interesting trivia that I very much love. Now, of course, because this level was only meant to be used as a trailer, and also the song creator TMM43 had apparently not approved of the song usage in Geometry Dash at the time, it never got released, and we never got to see past what we saw in the trailer. There have been remakes, of course, using the same song, but we have not seen the actual level past what we know. I should also quickly mention another lost Geometry Dash RobTop level called Active. Now, no footage or even screenshots exist of this level, but hidden in the codes of Geometry Dash in update 1.4, a Geometry Dash level called Active can be seen. What we do know is that the song Active by DJVI was going to be used. And that's basically it. Artificial Ascent is a Geometry Dash Extreme Demon that I think a lot of you are familiar with. It's your typical Mega Collab Extreme that is placed around top 400 in ARADL. Now this level isn't lost, of course. However, an early version of the level is lost. Now a bit of more trivia for you, Artificial Ascent was originally going to be a Cataclysm remake, which we know from the original host of Artificial Ascent, LM Anubis, who made this video. The song was different from the Artificial Ascent song, which used a similar song to Iron God Succumb in Hell, but with the BPM of At the Speed of Light, which is how Anubis described it. Now the thing is, this song is also lost, but it was apparently on Newgrounds, and from what I've seen, is nowhere to be found unfortunately. But it did include a choir of some sorts. The original theme of the level was meant to be entering an abandoned robot factory, which eventually comes to life. The level was meant to start extremely dark with only the player visible, and then more and more elements like blue neon wires and lights, which show up as machines around the player, began to move and wake up. The gameplay had a similar beginning to Cataclysm with a slow cube into a fast wave. Now this screenshot is the only remaining thing left from the original early Artificial Ascent, which includes a gray theme along with blue lights and wiring like Anubis mentioned. You might be wondering, why and how did this early version end up getting lost? And why did Anubis not end up as the host of the level? Well, 1 month into starting Artificial Ascent, Anubis's data ended up getting wiped, losing all progress and also the original song of Artificial Ascent. At this point, Anubis ended up searching for a replacement song, where we have the song Surface by DimRain47, the actual used song for Artificial Ascent. And getting pressured by members of his community, he turned the level into a mega collab, where the level ended up moving away from the original Cataclysm theme into what we know today, to which the co-host Viprint finished the level and uploaded the level. Ice Carbon Diablo X is an infamous level used to be known as one of the easiest Extreme Demons, and is part of the Ice Carbon series. Also part of the Ice Carbon series is Ice Carbon Titan X. This was the final level of the Ice Carbon series, which was made in frustration after Robos, the creator of the Ice Carbon series, got backlash from his previous Ice Carbon level being auto. From what we know in MapMart's video, Ice Carbon Titan X was only up in the servers for 3 days on an alt account called Road Killer, getting only 300 downloads before being deleted. Now many of Roadboss's old levels managed to get restored, but Titan X was unable to be restored due to having no screenshots available. The only available footage was from Fulton's 2% attempt and this video of another level titled Ice Carbon Trailer, which was the first 30 seconds of Ice Carbon Titan X. Over time, new leads were being discovered, like in a Geometry Dash Facebook group. We got a screenshot of more of the level, and eventually Roadboss returned to the game and recreated Ice Carbon Titan X to the best of his memory. Although this is probably the most we'll ever get to see of the original Titan X, since it appears no one seems to have a copy of the level. Now a short break from levels, let's talk about something not necessarily lost, but not publicly available: unused assets. Geometry Dash is a pretty big game that has a lot of things, and sometimes some of those things become unused. For example, in the update 1.7 teaser image, we have a reverse 2x speed portal colored yellow, which is very interesting. And also in the update 2.0 teaser, we can see a blue coin, instead of the usual grey or gold coins that we actually got. Also, the original Geometry Dash difficulty faces, which look quite cursed, considering that they don't have any borders or shadows and they kind of look dead inside. Also, there are early versions of cubes, balls, UFO, and ship. We also have unused BPM and auto checkpoint buttons, and finally some unused editor blocks like the color triggers, an unused trigger, and a different version of the start position trigger which acts as a block. And finally, to end off this video, let's talk about Element 111 RG. This was a level that was supposed to be top 1, and it was made by the creator DarkX. This level was thought to be uploaded on 7th of April 2014. Now at the time, RobTop ended up rating the level, but it's known that the level was verified by using a secret way by holding after a small platform. So it was unrated shortly thereafter, and from this point on, the level was lost. Stormfly, along with the Restoration Union, did an amazing search to try to recover the level by finding multiple clues like screenshots of the level menu, a screenshot of the actual level, discussions about the level in forums, and also GW Zach, who was a Geometry Dash player that had actually played and managed to recreate parts of Element 111 RG. At one point, a save file of Element 111 RG was located, however the level data itself unfortunately went missing. Based on this information, Stormfly along with the Restoration Union recreated Element 111 RG in 2020 and kept updating the level up until 2022. And this is probably it for Element 111 RG, as the original level seems to be missing forever. This video was inspired by several different videos, and so the link to those videos will be in the description. Thank you for watching and feel free to subscribe.